Alright, we're rolling. Hello, it's me again, and it occurs to me that I haven't done one of these since the winter, since the depths of February, and summer has come and basically peaked, and it's on its way out right now. It's, let's see, today is Friday, October 2nd. 2 days ago we had 5, almost 6 inches of rain, and behind me you'll see the PENOBSCOT River at a very, very high state. The only time I've seen it this high was in the spring when we had Buick-sized icebergs going down the river here at about 40 miles an hour, causing all kinds of havoc. Let me turn this thing around and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, let's start with this. Alright, the wind is blowing, so I don't know how good it's going to sound. You're going to hear some wind, so I'll at least shield it if I can. That's looking north up towards Orono, which is where the University of Maine is. That's about 6 miles away. Old Town is beyond that. That's where they make the canoes. That's about 8 miles away. And the river is just unbelievably high. I'd say at this point it's about 6 feet over what it usually is. And you can see that little lump there. That was a mound of rocks a couple of days ago. I actually did one of these a couple of days ago, and I decided to scrap it in favor of showing you just what Mother Nature can do when she's pissed off. You hear this, Republicans? This is climate change. Well, it's nice now. It wasn't nice a couple of days ago. Our basement flooded. It was really nasty. But you can see these, this is the crib works that you can sort of see out there. They're not so impressive when they're covered by water. When the water's low, you can see the whole thing just about. There's a lot more to see. It's all pretty much the same. But this is all new to me. This is all covered. This was all, I guess last week it was the lowest level I'd seen in a while, and now it's just about the highest. So there goes that. Now that's where the, you can sort of see, I'm walking on rocks here. This is not a good thing to do. Down there is where the park is. There used to be a building there. They made a park out of it, which isn't quite ready to go yet. They're trying to talk the town of Beasley into taking care of it. Town of Beasley, of course, is skeptical, being a little tiny town here. They're worried mostly about, who's going to take care of it, plowing, etc. There's people up there. What the hell? Who's that? You can see them. There's some people there. Whoop-de-doo. Not supposed to be people in there. It's supposed to be closed down. Anyway, let's go back up. Here, this is what the shoreline looks like. It's just monster rocks. Sorry about the wind. Let's get up out of the wind. So, see right there, that's my house. That's how close we are to this whole show here. You go up this steep little thing here. This is why I didn't come down here in the winter and show you. It's really, really freaking dangerous. And here's our little bench that we have to sit and watch the river flow. You can see there's water in there. That's how much water we got. I'll come down here later and empty that. This is the path down there. I take care of this myself with my trusty lawnmower because nobody else will. Because if you can imagine trying to walk through that crap, good luck. So let's go up to the house and show you what it looks like in the summertime. Or almost, anyway. Like I say, it's October now. Last week we had a lot of warmth. Only this week did it start to cool down. And by cool down, I mean like into the 50s. I'm not wearing a jacket because I don't need one. It's not that cold yet. But we've had a couple of chilly nights, and we're getting ready to get the old wood stove ready to go. Oh, it takes the breath out of you. All right, a little bit of a garden there. Linda put that in last week just to have something to do. She's been working like crazy on this whole thing. Let me just kind of show you. I don't know what any of those plants are, so I can't tell you anything. As far as I'm concerned, they're just flowers. Orange flowers, white flowers, yellow flowers, red. Nice pretty purple ones. She put all this in over the springtime, and actually I'm not doing it justice because it's past its prime. She's pulled out a lot of plants. Like the tomato plants are gone. We had oh, I don't know, 50 pounds of tomatoes. Who the hell knows? We got pumpkins over there, or should have been. They got problem out by we had a hailstorm come in and it pounded the hell out of the pumpkins. It basically killed them. We have patty pan squash here. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like these little flying saucer type squashes. Some orange and red flowers there. Pretty. Purple, orange, red, yellow. Pumpkin face. Because you know what's coming. A little bit of basil there. I think that's thyme. I'm not sure. Sunflowers. All kinds of stuff. You got echinacea here. Got chard there. It's very delicious. We eat this stuff. Kale. We eat that. There. That's not a giant purple dick. That's an eggplant. Where is it? I lost it. Anyway, that's, you know what eggplants are. And they are also delicious. We got broccoli here. Maybe. The florets that we eat would be coming up there. Don't know what's keeping them. Not important. We got peppers here. Sweet peppers. Hot. I think there's hot peppers here. You know, a little bit of bell peppers. I can't see well enough in this viewfinder to tell you where we are. Here's a dying tomato plant. I don't know what that is. If I knew, I wouldn't tell you. Some red berries over there. Here's a tomato plant. It's got some tomatoes on it, but its days are numbered. And behind that, of course, is our life-saving propane tanks. This is what we call the dog house. That's the door that leads down to the basement. I just recently put that insulation in there so that we don't get a 3-inch thick slab of ice at the bottom, which is what we had last year. We had wood frozen to the floor that we couldn't get to till May. There's the wood pile, or one of the wood piles. I built that frame myself out of cheesy little 2x4s. It should be strong enough to last for maybe 2 years. Hey, even longer, who knows. Here's the other wood pile. We actually had 3 cords of wood delivered 2 weeks ago. And we're getting it down the stairs. We got the rack filled up. A little bit more wood here. Last year we burned about 3 or 4 cords of wood, so we're hoping that that does it for us this year. We also have the propane heaters inside, which we try not to use because propane is really expensive, even though it's cheap this year. Forget it. It's just not that cheap. Garden. More red flowers. Purple and white flowers, etc., etc. If you know what they are, keep it to yourself. These are raspberry bushes. And we didn't get a good crop out of them this year. A lot of times they come in every other year. Sometimes, I don't know, we'll find out. More flowers, more flowers. And look, it's the gardening goddess. She could probably tell you what this is, but she doesn't want to come near me with this camera. Alright, so we got more gardening. This garden doesn't do so well because we don't get the sun here. The sun comes up behind the house or in front of the house, and we get very little sun before it dips behind the trees behind me. And speaking of the trees behind me, let's see. Alright, there's a good spot. They tend to grow in clumps like that, which chokes off everything but themselves. I'm going to be, as soon as we get all this wood put away, I'm going to start chopping down some trees. Last spring I probably took down about 50 to 100 of them. I really don't know. I lost count. But they grow really thick like that. If you go up North Main and look at the woods in there, that's where all the trees are. They grow like that. And you can walk into the woods 20 feet and be totally lost. You'll lose your orientation. You won't be able to see the sky. Sound is cut off, so you won't be able to hear the road that you just came off of. So smart money says stay out of the frickin' trees, especially up there. People die that way. But you see they grow in really thick like that, so they have to be thinned out. You know, like tobacco plants or something. We got the same situation here. We'll be cutting those down. I may end up waiting until the spring. Last spring I came out and cut a bunch of them, and you see the remains there. It's a bunch of sticks that I'll be trimming down to fit into the fireplace soon. I left them out there like that to season, to dry. We have the little shed there. It's adorable. Linda suggested I move my radio operations out there. I'm still laughing. Garage there is okay. You can see the canoe in front of the garage. Look at that canoe. It's a 17-foot tripper Old Town canoe. We got a special deal on it in some club up north that was getting rid of all their canoes and life jackets and stuff, so we picked this up for a pittance. I mean, $400. That's not really a pittance, but it's way too big for us. So we're going to try and maybe trade it in for something a little more smaller and more manageable next year. There you see the star of the show, helping our little Lou. You'll see the door there. That's our replacement door. You may have noticed the other one last year. It was just a regular patio door, let in air like it was made out of screen. And we're also, behind that is the kitchen. We're trying to shore up the insulation, see if we can keep that room a little warmer, since that really was responsible for us losing a lot of heat. Hey, over here. Say hi. Anything to say? You want to take over the tour? All right. I had to ask. All right, more. Here's the patio. Linda's making that little fire pit over there. We had it going the other night, the night of the supermoon eclipse. We were out here drinking heavily and watching the moon disappear, and I think I was howling. I don't know. But here's the deck here. I got to redo that. What's the matter with Lou? Okay. Lou, come here. Come on up on the table. Pumpkin. Hey, Lou. You gonna say hi? Little Miss Diva. All right, let's go for a little walk down the street. Show you what they're doing down there. Although it was actually more impressive a couple of days ago when there were trucks down there. There's no trucks down there today because, as you'll see, there's nowhere for the trucks to go. It's all been flooded. Here we have I forgot to point this out. Hold on. Down the hill. There we go. All right. That, of course, is a pear tree. And guess what those are growing up there? That's right, pumpkins. We got two different types. We don't really eat them. We're not sure what to do with them yet. We were thinking about making wine. We'll have to see what happens. Anyway, let's take a little walk down the road here. It's very green here. You know, summer lasts about a month less than it does down by you guys, wherever you are, unless you're up in northern Canada. So stuff is very aggressive. It grows everywhere. It grows really fast and really thick, like the trees. You know, the trees grow up really thick and get in everybody's way. Everybody's, you know, jostling for space. There's not a lot of space in the scheme of things. This is walking down the road kind of towards that building that used to be there. We're going south right now. And since about, I guess, August of last year, right after I moved in here, they started pulling that crap out of there. The plan was to make a park out of it. The River Trust, which is the environmental protection arm for the river, is the owner of the land on the left here. On the right is owned by Emera Maine. That's our power company. You can see the power lines there. This is basically their right of way. Presumably they won't be able to sell it or develop it because you can't see it because the trees are too thick, but about, I don't know, 50 feet beyond the tree line here is where the hill starts. It's a very steep hill. It's not impossible to develop, but I think it'd be less likely because, you know, it's just too steep of a hill. And wait, do I see, is that, oh my God, I think we're in luck. I think the park is open today. Holy shit, it is. Guess where we're going? I wasn't going to do this. But here, let me show you over here. It's a little road they built down there. There was kind of an island on the right and kind of going across the picture here that they were going to smooth down because people were going to walk out there anyway. They didn't want people to get hurt, so they smoothed it down. There's actually a place for people to walk, and they may be able to launch boats. We're not sure what they're going to do with this. It's going to be interesting to see how it looks when the water goes down, because it'll go down eventually. All right, let's go down here. Gee, I hadn't planned on showing you the park. This is too cool. This thing is locked up 24/7. We've only been able to, we were able to go here in July. They had these canoe races that went down the river to just past here. Oh, I see why. There's people in there. It's probably Bill and his boys. They'll probably trace me out, but they know me by now. They know I'm not going to hurt anything. But like I said, we got 5 inches of rain. It was probably within 12 hours. It was a lot of rain. New Jersey got the same thing. Pennsylvania, Virginia, they all got the same thing. We were about 8 inches behind our rainfall total for the year. And now we're about 3. Yeah, that's Bill's truck. Bill's a guy maybe a little older than me. He's a real crusty Maina. A good guy. We won't go down there. I'm not going to interrupt them, but I'm just going to look around, show you what's what. There was some concern about all the water coming through here. Apparently they're down there dealing with one of the drains. I had heard that one of the drains got all clogged up because of all the debris that got washed down here. The town forester was here yesterday, and I was talking to him about what was down here during the rain. He said this is where we are now. It was like a river, and he said the water was flowing down here in sheets. You can see there's like a little gazebo type thing here. It's not a gazebo, it's just a display board. But you know, where I'm standing right now, there was a building less than a year ago. And they pulled the thing out. That black thing in the middle there is a part of one of the turbines that we're turning the hydropower thing, whatever it's called. They pulled out